Hi everybody, it's Krista here to do the weekly reading for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you don't know your Moon and Rising sign, Cancer, there's a link in the description box where you can learn your whole birth chart. And that way, if you want additional messages for the week, you can look at your Moon and Rising sign readings on top of your Sun sign reading today. You'll notice I've got 3 of my decks together here. I'm going to switch it up a teeny bit and pull a card each from each deck, rather. For body, mind, and spirit this week. I just want to look at sort of the whole culmination of what it is to be a human being. So I'm going to be looking at all phases of our essential self, and then I'll be reading from top to bottom. So what this means as an overall picture for you in terms of health and wellness. This is for the week of July 18th to the 25th. So it's also a general reading. So whatever is most prominent in your life for the week, Cancer, I'll encourage you to apply these messages to, and hopefully you find them helpful and healing. Before doing all the readings this week, I've done a prayer. So instead of injecting prayers for each and every reading, I've done a prayer for the whole event, as well as doing, cleansing and saging through the house before my readings. So hopefully you still find that there's an element of healing involved with the readings. So Cancer, what do you need to know with regard to your body? What does Cancer need to know with regard to the body? Okay, so we do have 2 jumpers there, and I'm going to pull them instead of taking from the bottom of the deck. And I'm just going to contemplate those a teeny bit while I shuffle with regard to the mind. What does Cancer need to know with regard to the mind? All right, so we have a huge blob there, so I'll keep shuffling. What does Cancer need to know with regard to the mind? All right. And now we'll ask, what does Cancer need to know with regard to the soul? A big clump there. Let's keep shuffling. What does Cancer need to know with regard to the soul? All right, so we've got another pile there. I'm going to shuffle about 5 more times, and if we don't get a jumper, I will pull from the middle of the deck. All right, perfect. Oops. Cool. All right, Cancer. So the first column, like I said, is the body, or represents the body for the purposes of this reading. And the cards that we have are the coyote, and the coyote's keyword is trickster. And we have the wolf, and the wolf's keyword is teacher. Now, kind of interesting in terms of what do you need to know with regard to the body. Are you letting something go? Are you not taking care of something that is plaguing you but not interrupting your life necessarily? Could this just be something as simple as having a test or an assessment? Because there is something to be learned here. Certainly if something is ongoing or recurrent, there is something to be learned from this as well. So could you be tricking yourself into believing that it's not a larger problem than it is, or vice versa? Could you be overanalyzing something or tricking yourself into believing that it is a bigger problem than it needs to be? So this requires a little bit of research this week from you, Cancer, in terms of what do you need to know with regard to your body. You need to either learn something or teach someone else something with regard to, I was going to say a mechanic, but I guess that's what a doctor is for the body. So if you have a doctor or a physician in your life over the next week, and this is in the body column, but now we're talking about health in general. So anywhere that this applies to your health and wellness in general. If there's an opportunity to get to the bottom of something that's been plaguing you, I think this is the week to do it, Cancer. So let's look at the mind. So what do you need to know with regard to the mind? Continue from a place, if you're here already, from a place of, well, the card itself is breathing, right? The card is breathe. So we need to continue from a place of being pretty zen about what's going on, right? It looks like you've already got this underway with regard to the mind. So stay calm, Cancer, because changes are afoot, and the only way to get to the tribe, a new tribe for you, which is what this card is to relax into it, is to imagine, for example, that this is where you belong and you're headed here effortlessly. You don't need to push something or manage anything. That this is occurring because of you being able to zen out and being present and in the moment and aware, and ultimately accepting these changes. But they do appear to be positive, because this is a state that you're going into it from. You're going into the new tribe, the new family, the new circle, allyship, etc., from a place of zen. So really remind yourself that this is a state of wellness, mental health included, that you'll need when making these changes into the new tribe, whether you're being accepted into one or you're the one accepting uh, someone into your fold. And then with the soul, this is always beautiful. I love seeing the nature card. This is where a great deal of soul healing can occur. This happens actually quite a bit when it comes to anything having to do with healing the body, mind, or soul, is that it can be found in nature. Also, there's an element of remembering that you are a natural organic being in the world and not separate from it. It's interesting as well to note that this is the column of the soul, and then the card is nature, which is kind of its companion, right? It's the material versus the spirit. So just that can be found here, that there is, that nature does have its own soul, and that it is healing. And it is a good reminder that we come from dust and we wind up as dust. So maybe just about cycles as well, or learning patience. Another avenue to look at this in terms of the soul is patience and gardens and doing what you can at any given time, in nature or in a process, and then letting it be. Okay? And then with the manifestation. So this is beautiful as well. This is just saying, in terms of your soul, that you are on the right path. You're going in the right direction for yourself. You're creating something beautiful and significant for yourself, that only you can. And it's really important to you to continue doing this. You're really you're in soulful, in a soul sense, you're really at a place of manifesting in the material world, because you come from a place of wellness and you do understand that dichotomy. You do understand, the soul, the spirit world versus the natural world, that they do need each other, and that they have a lot to offer in and of themselves. They don't have to work together. They can offer you something positive because of what it is. You don't have to change it. It just is what it is. So let's look at these one by one for a moment. Like I said, in the first column, the body column, we have the trickster. I think this could, another element or a way to read this is that you are worrying yourself, that there's a sense of worry here with regard to your body that is unnecessary. I think if you just ask the questions or get that assessment or that test, you'll be relieved one way or the other, Cancer, because if it's nothing, cool, you can stop worrying about it. If it is something, cool, you can take care of it. And that this is a moment, a teaching moment for yourself as well, to stop putting things on the back burner, take your health very seriously, and to not overlook something, and certainly to ask for advice. This is an area where you need to ask for advice this week, specifically from a professional. Okay, so this is the card of the teacher, and because this is about the body and health, it is you're being asked to definitively put something to rest that is tripping you up, okay? So if there's any tests that you can take this week with regard to your body, if it's an allergy test or if it's test your blood, or test, hormone levels, whatever it is you need to do with regard to the body, stop tripping yourself up, go get it done. Okay, and then with the mind here, like I said, you're already in a place of wellness. You're in a state of well-being. I'm going to use the word Zen again. So I would continue from this. This is a very healthy place to stem from, Cancer, with regard to what's going on in your mind, because as this card will show, I just cut my nails. There is something shifting. Okay, something that you might not even have. I'm going to say that you don't have any conscious effect on. This is a subconscious or a culminative event within the mind that you are going to express or experience that is available to you only if you keep going this way. That your mind is going to be expanded. You're going to be taken to other levels that you deserve to participate in, but it means always that you need to let something go. So in order to get to the next level, Cancer, you do need to let something go here, but it will serve you in the long run. This is for the highest good for everyone involved. So even if it does feel like a shift or a change somewhat in the mind or of the mind, just remember that something greater awaits you. And again, with the nature here, with the soul, there's a great deal of healing that occurs in nature and also in recalling that you are a natural being and that these two worlds do meet. Even though they seem separate, there's something very soulful and healing about nature itself, about the organic biological universe. So if you're looking in terms of like soul work or soul wellness, remember that it's not all about, not that it isn't somewhat, but it's not all about just saying prayers or doing the right thing or in terms of lists, right? Following through that list. I would say be a little bit more organic this week. Just remember that things have cycles and that you do belong in the place that you are right now and you are manifesting something beautiful and lively for yourself. I actually love these two together because this is the creative force, right? This is the manifestation, is taking something out of imagination or out of another element and bringing it into the natural world. So this could be another element of what's going on in your soul with regard to whether your soul is viewing the world or interacting in the world this week, Cancer. It could be that you're bringing something that could be manifested only in spirit into the natural world. And if that's the case, congratulations, because that is a beautiful feat to manifest. So this is really wonderful to see. And certainly if you don't see, like I had mentioned before, if it's like a garden and you're just planting seeds right now, remember that cycles are processes and that this too deserves its own process. Don't give up on the manifestation stage. Don't give up on the fact that it will bloom and turn into something else. Give it a lot of love and care and attention and trust that it'll turn into something bigger and better for you. So Cancer, that's your reading for the week. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have a second, comment below. Let me know how it works out for you. And if you're not already, subscribe to my channel because I upload videos for your sign every single week. So until we meet next time, I wish you the best of days. This beautiful